Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the news broadcasted on TayNinhTV with some last events now private as well as nationwide. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, on September the 27th at TayNinhTV, the announcement ceremony of the General Plan for Construction of Mobile Border Economic Zone, TayNinhTV Province to the 2045 took place. Deputy Minister of Construction Nguyễn Tường Văn and Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee, Chairman TayNinhTV Provincial People's Committee Nguyễn Văn Úc co-chaired the event. Also attending the event, there were standing Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee, Chairman Provincial People's Council Nguyễn Mạnh Hùng, Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee and Head Provincial National Assembly Delegation Phạm Hùng Thái, Member of Provincial Party Committee Standing Committee, Vice Chairman Provincial People's Committee Nguyễn Hồng Thanh. According to the project approved by the Prime Minister on June the 11th of 2025, the total planning area is over 21,000 hectares. Mokbai will become an important trade hub in the Southeast region, a center for the border services, logistics, finance, trade, border services, linking economic development with ensuring national defense, security, and social order, promoting the cooperation and economic, cultural, and social exchanges with the countries in the region. And the planning is divided into 5 areas: border gate, industry, logistics, urban service, ecotourism along the Vam Codong River, and the accelerate areas. At the conference, the Deputy Minister Nguyễn Tường Văn emphasized that TayNinhTV will soon complete the detailed human plan linking development with environmental protection, climate change adaptation, and economical effective land use. The Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Nguyễn Hồng Thanh affirmed that the province will deploy 4 key task groups, 15 specific contents that have been proposed by the province. At the same time, connect within ministry and branches to complete the pilot project of specific mechanisms and policies for Mokbai. The province is committed to administrative reform, accompanying the businesses and building a favorable investment environment, making Mokbai a dynamic and sustainable destination.
On September 27, the Campaign Party Committee organized a return to the roots at the Special National Relic Site of Central Office for the South Vietnam, Tân Lập Community Province. The delegation was led by the Government Party Committee member, Party Committee Secretary, Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Joint Stock Commercial Bank for Foreign Trade of Vietnam, Vietcombank, Nguyễn Thanh Tùng. The delegation visited the Special National Relic Site, for instance at the Memorial House for Heroic Martyrs, visited the relic site and the working house of comrades Nguyễn Văn Linh, Nguyễn Chí Thanh, Võ Văn Kiệt, and Trần Nam Trung. On this occasion, Vietcombank Party Committee sponsored healthcare and education worth 5 billion in TayNinhTV Province, presented 20 gifts to poor households and policy families in Tân Lập Community Province. On behalf of the provincial leaders, member of the Provincial Party Standing Committee, Vice Chairman of the Provincial Business Committee Đoàn Trung Kiên, thanked the Vietcombank Party Committee for its affection and attention to TayNinhTV Province. At the same time, he expressed his hope that in the coming time he could continue to receive the companionship, attention, and help of agency, and help of central agencies, especially Vietcombank.
And ladies and gentlemen, from July the 1st of 2025, after the merger, the work of receiving citizens in TayNinhTV Province continues to be seriously implemented, ensuring the timeliness and compliance with the legal regulations. The Provincial Citizen Reception Committee currently operates the 2 offices in Long An Ward and TayNinhTV Ward at the same time, fully deploying the permanent staff and thereby ensuring the rights of the people, maintaining stability and preventing the emergence of hotspots and complications. From June the 5th to August the 31st of 2025, the Provincial Citizen Reception Committee received more than 200 citizens coming to ask about procedures and the procedures progress, and send complaints, denunciation, the petitions, and reflections. The work of handling petitions is carried out strictly, receiving nearly 900 petitions in a month, including about 200 complaints, more than 160 denunciations, and 520 petitions and reflections. All petitions are classified and processed according to authority. Notably, the leaders of Provincial People's Committee directly received for 18 citizens with the petitions and complaints related to the cases with a high sense of responsibility, contributing to promptly resolving many problems right at a grassroots level, significantly reducing the pressure of petition at the higher levels in the past time. And with the motto of economic development coupled with the environmental protection, the People's Committee of the Environment has recently planned to implement the tasks and solutions to improve and enhance the Provincial Green Index (PGI) in 2025 and the following years. In the intermediate future, the plan's goal is to implement the solutions to bring TayNinhTV into the top 10 localities in terms of PGI nationwide in 2025. This is a comprehensive strategy demonstrating the determination of the provincial leaders in building a friendly investment environment, promoting the green growth and sustainable development. The plan focuses on the three main solutions: minimizing pollution and the impact of the climate change, ensuring compliance with environmental standards, and creating favorable conditions for the green projects to set capital and preferential policies. The implementation and organization of the plan to implement the tasks and solutions to improve and enhance the PGI must be strategic, synchronous, effective, and linked to the functions and tasks of each department, branch, and locality, ensuring that it is suitable to the practical conditions and situation of the locality. In recent years, the work of caring for and showing gratitude to the people with meritorious services to the revolution has always been well implemented by the party committees, authorities on all levels, and the people in TayNinhTV province, and thereby helping to improve the lives and spirit of policy families, meritorious people, and their relatives. In the newly renovated house, Ms. TayNinhTV, the daughter of Motors Nguyễn Văn Hiền, could not hide her emotions. Earlier this year, thanks to the attention of the local government and returned the gratitude fund, her family received 100 million Vietnam dong to repair the house. And after many years of living in temporary conditions, her family now has spacious and cozy place to live, a solid support for her children and grandchildren to study and live in pairs. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to consider this house of gratitude for me. I'm very grateful to the many factors and granting the motivation so that from now on I will have a place to live. I will work to have a life more exciting. But if I worry about home, I will not be able to take care of it. In 2024 and the first 7 months of this year, TayNinhTV province built 171 new houses and repaired for 466 houses of gratitude. These houses not only help policy families have a stable place to live, but also become a meaningful spiritual support, adding the confidence, helping them feel accompanied and share the rise up in life. Implementing the resolution of the party committee, the commune also mobilized resources to focus on building houses for policy beneficiaries and meritorious people, including the building houses of gratitude, charity houses. And since the beginning of the year, the commune has built over 30 houses. For those who have received support, they are very happy and have the conditions to improve their lives. In parallel with the building houses of gratitude, TayNinhTV province also organized many practical gratitude activities, such as giving thousands of gifts to policy beneficiaries, regularly visiting and encouraging meritorious people, and promptly supporting them when they encounter difficulties. Precisely, Thiện Tâm Fund Vinh Group Corporation coordinated with the Provincial Department of Home Affairs to present the gifts of gratitude to 62 Vietnamese heroic mothers and 192 seriously wounded soldiers, disability rates of 80% or more, with a total cost of more than 5 billion Vietnam dong. This is a very profound gift of gratitude to the Vietnamese heroic martyr and the Incos and all who sacrifice a part of their bodies so that we have the peace today. This work truly comes from a sincere heart and is very grateful to the mothers and the wounded uncles and all the soldiers. And the preferential policy for the people with voluntary contributions is a major policy of the party in the state, demonstrating the profound humanity, the desire, recognition, and honor of the right contributions and sacrifice of previous generations. At the same time, it is also a reminder for today's and the future generations about the morality of when drinking water, remember its source, fostering a sense of responsibility, a sense of striving and dedication in the cause of building and defending the fatherland.
Recently, TayNinhTV has promoted digital transformation in the political system, ensuring connectivity, synchronization, speed, and efficiency, meeting the requirements of organizational restructuring. Accordingly, the province has focused on supplementing equipment, upgrading network infrastructure, and perfecting the team of specialized staff. Up to now, TayNinhTV has completed the construction, cleaning, and exploitation of the database of party organizations, party members, carriers, and civil servants, according to the criteria of correct, sufficient, clean, alive, unified, share, striving to complete phase 1 in 2025. At the same time, deploying connection and interconnection of systems serving management and operations such as document management, paperless meetings, online meetings between the party, government, parliament, and social political organizations. Digital applications serving the organization of party congresses at all levels, inspection, supervision, and professional work of the branch and social political organizations are carried out in digital environment, contributing to improving the effectiveness of supervision and social security, consolidating the great solidarity bloc, and creating consensus in society. As a bridge connecting for households in agricultural production in recent times, farmer unions at all levels in the province have proactively coordinated with enterprises to support farmers in purchasing agricultural materials such as animal feed on deferred payment. Accordingly, farmers unions at all levels in the province have increased coordination and cooperation with enterprises to provide quality sales and import materials to farmers. At the same time, introduce and guide farmers on necessary agricultural equipment in production, helping to reduce labor and increase herb and livestock productivity. In the first 9 months of 2025 alone, farmers' unions at all levels coordinated to support the supply of import materials, support members and farmers to purchase more than 4,800 tons of fertilizers on case on deferred payments, supplying over 1,100 tons of plant varieties, supplying nearly 440 tons of pesticides, and nearly 1,000 tons of animal feed, with a total value of nearly 22 billion Vietnam dong. This activity helps members and farmers have access to quality agricultural materials on a deferred payment basis, creating favorable conditions for effective investment in production and business development.
And ladies and gentlemen, with its strategic location, abundant resources, and flexible development policies, TayNinhTV is not only an attractive destination for investors, but also asserting its role as one of the country's dynamic export centers. Up to now, TayNinhTV goods have been present in most countries and territories that has gradually brought the locality deeper into global supply chain, opening up the strong economic development potential. And starting from a small-scale production household, this enterprise has now created a turning point when TayNinhTV rice paper products have conquered demanding markets such as Korea and Japan, Australia, and the U.S. To do this, the enterprise has invested in modern production lines to improve the product quality and focus on building a systematic brand. Building a brand for the company sold products at customer trust. When certification is printed on the packaging, the consumer trust is better, and from there, the product, when put into large supermarket system or exported, will be better received. In parallel with the efforts of the company, the support policy from the central to local authorities have become an important lever, and the synchronous implementation of trade promotion programs has contributed to connecting the brand in the market and improving the competitiveness of businesses in the province. We have received the right support from the Ministry of Industry and Trade, Provincial People's Committee, and the Department of Industry and Trade also. And we have signed memorandums of understanding with many organizations of other countries, and it is the foundation of the connecting the government with international organizations to help businesses go further. First of all, we must have the foundation of products, infrastructure, and conditions to develop our business and trade. And from there, with the current information connection, we must make a lot more efforts to reach the market. In the first 6 months of 2025, TayNinhTV total import-export turnover reached over $20.5 billion US, an increase of over 12.3% over the same period. Export alone accounted for $11.6 billion US, with many industries continuing to affirm their position in the international market, such as textile, footwear, means of transport, and spare parts. Notably, the presence and connection of multinational corporations are opening more doors for TayNinhTV products to get closer to the consumers in Europe, Asia, and many other potential markets. And today, TayNinhTV goods have been present in more than 130 countries and territories, including demanding markets such as the US, Japan, and the EU. At October, my uncle met an appointment with 40 Vietnamese businesses in Paris. I will definitely talk about TayNinhTV products. I will talk about the rice paper, and I will say from the lemons or dragon fruits or bananas of TayNinhTV province, and then I will introduce the French in the flagship supermarket. Then from there, I will take Vietnamese businesses to learn more about the largest wholesale market in Europe, rankings, and let me see which way can bring Vietnamese products to Europe. Exports is not only the driving force for economic growth, but also the key for TayNinhTV to rise its position in international integration. And with the joint efforts of the government, businesses, and international partners, TayNinhTV is affirming its role in the global supply chain.
On the evening of September 26, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính attended the groundbreaking ceremony of Tân Trào Industrial Park Infrastructure Development Investment Project Phase 1 and Hai Phong LNG Thermal Power Plant Project. Two projects to welcome the first Congress of Hai Phong City Party Committee, term of 2025-2030. Tân Trào Industrial Park Infrastructure Development Investment Project is invested by Vinham's Hai Phong Industrial Park Investment Joint Stock Company with an area of nearly 227 hectares located in Kiến Hưng and Nghi Dương communes. Meanwhile, Hai Phong LNG Thermal Power Plant construction project is located in Tân Trào Industrial Park, invested by the joint venture of Vingroup Corporation Joint Stock Company and VinEnergo Energy Joint Stock Company on an area of nearly 100 hectares, with a total capital of more than 178,000 billion Vietnam dong. This will be the largest thermal power plant in Vietnam and the world's leading LNG power plant. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính requested Ministry and branches to continue supporting Hai Phong City and investors to complete legal procedures for the project. Hai Phong City complete site clearance, administrative procedures, and necessary infrastructure for businesses to implement projects.
According to the Ho Chi Minh City Department of Health, up to now, 153 out of 164 hospitals in the area have deployed the electronic medical records, reaching a rate of more than 93% of the entire system, of which the city public hospital sector has achieved a rate of 100%, with over 60 hospitals having put electronic medical records into operation according to the roadmap. Notably, in the non-public sector, up to 80 over 90 hospitals have deployed, accounting for more than 89%. In terms of application of scope, the rate of hospital deploying electronic medical records in the entire hospital is high, of which 64% of public hospitals and 65% of private hospitals have completed it at the entire hospital scale. And for nearly a decade, the paper prices have fallen, but many farmers in the border area of Dong Nai province have persisted in growing pepper and taking care of their gardens.
Mr. Lê Văn Đan's family in Tân Hội Hamlet, Tân Tiến Camille, has been growing pepper for more than 20 years. Currently, the family still maintains over 3,000 old pepper posts and 600 new pepper posts planted at the beginning of the rainy season. After a period of falling prices, pepper prices have now recovered. In 2024, Mr. Đan's family harvested 4 tons of peppercorns with a selling price of 160,000 Vietnam dong per kilogram. After deducting expenses, his family earned a profit of about 500 million Vietnam dong. I have been growing this year for a dozen or 2 years, but there is one thing I have not abandoned, because whoever abandons, I will stick with it. So even if the price drops, I will still grow it. Following his family's footsteps, Mr. Trump has learned from experience and stuck with paper plants for more than 10 years. When paper rice dropped, his family switched to rice singles to get fertilizer for the plants and earn more income. In 2024, with more than 2,000 paper pillars, his family earned nearly 300 million Vietnam dong. When paper rice dropped, I tried to raise it myself, but I raised goats and such. Because I took the leaf from the acacia tree to roll paper, I compensated it so I could roll paper, and the goats also gave me more money. Then when paper rice increased, people were always excited and happy. According to farmers, the paper purchase price in September 2025 fluctuated around 150,000 Vietnam dong per kilogram, much higher than the level of under 100,000 Vietnam dong per kilogram 2 or 3 years ago. Over the past year, paper prices have rebounded and are remaining stable. Some households have started to replant. If people want to replant, we must first meet a number of requirements. Firstly, we must have suitable land. Secondly, we must have suitable labor for cultivation. Thirdly, we should not develop massively, but we can develop a small number. For example, 50 pillars, 100 pillars, 200 pillars, from which we can propagate to reduce input costs and reduce risk. People in many paper growing areas of Dong Nai province have reinvested, but a massive planting situation like in the years when prices were high is no longer happening. Local authorities also regularly advise people to proactively develop sustainable gardens, not to plant massively because of rising prices.
And that's all for today, TV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.